Guinea Pigs 1 here. So today's video I'm going to help you with how to transition your guinea pigs from their old pellets to Sherwood Pet Health pellets. So these are going to be my own personal tips and experiences of what worked for us. It can be a challenge. Some pigs latch on to the new pellets right away, others take time and patience. I'd say this is the biggest reason I see people giving up on Sherwood is because their guinea pigs would not transition easily for them. Number 1. So my personal recommendation is to start off by removing all pellets from your guinea pigs for at least 2 days. So you don't have to panic, they're going to be perfectly fine without pellets for a couple days. And then when you do introduce pellets back, introduce the Sherwood. So rather than doing a slow transition of mixing the old with the new, I personally just say take away the old right away. Reason being, if you have your old with your new, they're going to pick the old ones out. That's what they're familiar with. That's the ones that usually have molasses in them, so they're going to taste sweeter. It'd be like handing a kid a bowl of Fruit Loops or Cheerios. They're probably going to eat the Fruit Loops. Number 2. So since your guinea pigs haven't had pellets for a couple days, rather than just filling up their dish, I would start off with hand feeding them the pellets. So acting as if it's a treat, reaching through the bars, handing it to them, letting them snack on them. You can sprinkle a couple in their dish, maybe a little bit around their favorite bed, or a couple in the tunnel. Just anything slow for them to snack on them and kind of get used to the taste. Number 3. So you're going to come across guinea pigs who are going to love the pellets right away, who are a little leery of it, and some who just flat out refuse to eat it. For the picky eaters, I personally purchased the Sherwood recovery food. So it's basically the exact same ingredients, a couple extra things in there as the pellets. It's going to have the same flavors. And I mixed that up and hand-fed the guinea pigs who were not interested in the pellets at all. So what this does is let them get used to the taste of what the pellets are. And also, in the meantime, if they're being picky about the pellets, you don't have to worry because they're eating the recovery food, so they're getting all the nutrients they need. Number 4. Be patient. So this was a big thing that I had to do. I was kind of at my wit's end with my other pellets that I was using, all the problems I was having with my pigs. So I just had no choice but to be patient because I was basically going to do no pellets at all ever if the Sherwood pellets didn't work. So I had nothing to lose. So I just kept pellets in their dish. And for the picky pigs, as I said, I did the recovery food. And I really just tried not to worry about it too much because they know they were getting nutrients from their hay. Hay is 80 to 90% of their diet anyway. And then also they had some vegetables, so they're getting nutrients from there. And I was doing the recovery food, so I really just was like, whatever, it'll happen when it happens. Alright guys, so those are my tips. That's personally what I did and what worked for us here. So I had guinea pigs who loved it right away. There were some pigs who would eat it here and there, and then some pigs who flat out refused to eat the pellets. So what I did was all those tips and tricks, feeding the recovery food to the picky pigs, I swear, is what worked. They got used to the flavor. They started really enjoying the recovery food, so I would stop feeding it as often, and then you would see them start eating the pellets instead. So here we are, over a year later, and I can 100% free feed the Sherwood pellets, meaning they can have pellets in their cage at all time and nobody is overeating, nobody is gorging out on the pellets. So our previous pellets, once I would fill up the dish with their allotted amount, they would just go crazy, eat it all. So if I had their dish full, I swear to you, they would have just kept eating and eating and eating, and that's not healthy for guinea pigs. Pellets are just a small portion of their diet. So with their Sherwood pellets, everybody just grazes on them morning and night. And I probably fill up the dish every 2 to 3 days. So I have a half a cup scoop. I put, I think, a quarter in each side. So I have the rosewood double dish ceramic guinea pig dishes. And I believe it's a quarter cup I put in each section. So the herd has 2 of those dishes and the other 2 cages have 1 each. So I just fill it up as needed. I let them eat everything completely out, and then we'll put fresh in. And as I said, it's about every 2 to 3 days. So they don't eat as much each day as they used to of the other pellets, which does not bother me at all because what they're getting from the Sherwood pellets are such cleaner, healthier ingredients, in my opinion. So I'm happy. So the biggest thing was, for myself, it was either they were going to eat Sherwood pellets or have no pellets at all. So I felt like time was on my side because I did not care. If you weren't going to eat the pellets, too bad. If you're going to eat them, great. But everybody transitioned. I'd say just now, like a year later, like everybody eats them really well. So the newest girls, Annalise and Annabelle, I immediately took their old pellets away and offered Sherwood, and I'd say it took them 2 weeks to be really enjoying them. They ate them right away the first couple days, and then they kind of seemed to back off them for a week, week and a half, but then after that, I just kept less in their dish and waited until they were finishing it all quicker. And then I'd say about 2 weeks in, they were just as normal as the other pigs for eating them. So it is a transition. I think the biggest thing is don't panic. Pellets aren't a huge part of their diet. If they're not eating pellets for a little bit, like they're not going to croak. Lots of people don't feed pellets, actually. So don't panic and get that recovery food on hand so that if you are really worried about them being picky, they're going to get used to that flavor, and there's so much good nutrition in the recovery food that you don't have to worry. So stick with it, guys. It's definitely worth it, in my opinion.
Thanks for watching. I hope to see you again real soon. In case you have time for another video, I've left 2 here for you to pick from.